here on our big broadcast. We have got a great guest with us today. Marla joins us here on our big program. Marla, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm so delighted that you invited me to be on your show. And
yes. So talk to us, first of all, a little bit about your music.
It's very varied, but I've gotten more into jazz lately. I used to do children's music, which comes out of me sometimes. And the jazz comes from the old standards of jazz that I love so much, the songs that seem to live on forever. And I always hope that I'm going to write another one. And I just love the rhythms. So here I am.
Fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Marla Lewis is with us. MarlaLewis.com is the official website. Go over and check out MarlaLewis.com. So, Marla, how did you get started doing this music thing, my friend?
Well, I started when I was like 3 years old. I was banging out chopsticks on the piano, and I started singing before I could talk. But I've had other jobs in between. I did, for 25 years, I taught English as a second language in New York City schools and wrote songs for kids to help them learn English. And so I recorded several children's albums, which was really cool. And then when I retired, I went back to my roots of jazz. And I don't perform a lot, but I could be inspired to. Mostly I'm recording and writing, and it's kind of in my blood, you know? I kind of can't help it. I work on it every day, and I sing and write every day, and it keeps me happy and young, that's for sure.
Fantastic. We've got Marla Lewis with us today. MarlaLewis.com is the official website. Go over and check out MarlaLewis.com. So, Marla, you've got a guitar there. Is there a possibility I could get you to play a song or two for us?
I shouldn't have shown it to you. You know, I'm very shy. I don't often perform. Really, I was live streaming for a while every week, you know?
Yes.
And I'd always get so nervous. And, I was singing in clubs and, for a living when I was in my late 20s, bars and restaurants and colleges. So I was used to performing then, but I haven't. What do your listeners feel like listening to?
Honestly, usually what I do is I leave it up to the guest, whatever you're interested in playing, because that's just kind of how we do it here. So how whatever you would like to play, my friend.
All right. Well, what would you like to play? Okay. I told you I got into these old standards, and it's nothing like the song that is right now on the radio.
Yes.
Te quiero a ti, which was really a godsend for me. I wrote the melody a long time ago. I wrote the English words with Dave Canoin, a colleague and collaborator. And then I met Melissa Sanley, who made a beautiful Spanish translation. So now the song is out again. But that's not the song I'm going to do for you. Let's see. If you like a drink and to hear yourself think, viens chez moi ce soir, where the candles glow and the dances are slow. Viens chez moi ce soir. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. Oh my gosh. If you're not, that's fine. I can follow or lead you. Whatever, I don't mind. Got an easy chair and some H camembert. Viens chez moi ce soir. I can make you laugh, draw a warm bubble bath. Viens chez moi ce soir. take in the sunrise from my balcony. Viens chez moi ce soir and spend some time with me. That's the whole song, you know. In the 30s and the 40s, you know, it was 32 bars and you were out and you were finished. You had to make your point. If you're hungry, I'll feed you. If you're not, that's fine. I can follow or lead you. Whatever right of mine. Got an easy chair and some H camembert. Viens chez moi ce soir. I can make you laugh. Draw a warm bubble bath. Viens chez moi ce soir. We can take in the sunrise. There it is. From my balcony. Viens chez moi ce soir and spend some time with me. Viens chez moi ce soir.
Fantastic, fantastic. We have got Marla Lewis with us today. She joins us back here live on our big broadcast, coast to coast and Boulder to Boulder on iHeartRadio today. Also, AMFM247.com, tune in iTunes, and of course KFRK in Denver and 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places. So, Marla, talk to us a little bit about your music. Where do we find it online? How do we get it? All these things.
Well, you type in Marla Lewis, MarlaLewis. I'm on Spotify, Apple, all the DSPs, whatever they're called, all of them. And on my website, which I have to update a little bit, I'm confessing to all of you, I've been a little remiss. And also on YouTube, I have a whole bunch of videos, and I have two channels. One is smooth jazz, and the other one is children's. And a lot of my children's albums, my children's songs are very hip, so adults would like them too. There are all kinds of genres, actually. You know, I have some Spanish, Hispanic type songs, and jazz songs, and rock, and blues, and all that, because I love all those types of music, and I like to immerse myself in all of it. I just love it. I think music is such a wonderful thing, and it keeps me young and makes me happy, and I hope it does that for a lot of people.
That is awesome. We have got Marla Lewis with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, and you're joining us each and every week here on 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island. And, of course, you can find us each and every day over there at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. So, what are some of your goals for your music?
Well, I'd love it to be heard worldwide. I'd love some incredible singers to discover a song that I wrote that's just for them and sing it. I'd like to feel that my songs will outlive me. That is my goal. You know, I'm getting to the point where I'm very aware of legacy, and I feel like I feel like my songs have something good and positive. The vibes, like the way the Beatles and the Beach Boys are good for your heart. They've had some kind of I'm hoping my music is too. And so it'll make you relax, smile, think sometimes, maybe sway to the rhythm. And I just want everybody in the world to hear it and feel good with it. That will make me so happy.
Fantastic, fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Coast to coast, born on a boner on iHeartRadio today. Marla Lewis with us. So, Marla, what is the next tune that we're going to hear from you? Could you play us another tune? We're going to try to get a couple tunes in for you.
Oh, you hear the dogs? Somebody's coming home.
Look at that. Somebody's coming home.
Okay, well, let's see. Oh, yeah, people come home all the time, and no one is allowed to pass our house because the dogs will totally bark at you.
That's awesome.
But they're gentle and loving. They don't sound it, but they are. Okay, this is a song from my album, which is called We All Laugh in the Same Language. My first children's album goes like this. When I was barely 3. Wait a minute. It's been a long time since I played this song. When I was barely 3. There it is. Sitting on my mama's knee. I first heard jazz and blues on Jackson Avenue. On stage, a 10-piece band, the hot dogs of Dixieland. Zoot suits and shiny shoes on Jackson Avenue. Snare drum snapped a beat to beat to the pretty soon, man, you couldn't help it. You tapped your feet. Here come that saxophone, clarinet and slide trombone, string bass, piano too on Jackson Avenue. Them saints came marching in, the hot dogs were sizzling. Wah wah and toodaloo on Jackson Avenue. La 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 la. Hear that solo swing, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-wee. Look, the cornet man steps up to the mic and begins to sing. He smiles and winks at me, and quick as 1, 2, 3. We're scatting in harmony on Jackson Avenue. I can't remember the words. Oh no, I think I've heard. We started singing together on Jackson Avenue. Oh my goodness, the whole
Fantastic.
last verse, I lost it.
That is Marla Lewis. She's with us today here on our big program, Coast to Coast, Border to Border, iHeartRadio. Also get a hold of us online over there at 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island. So talk to me a little bit about your musical heroes and your influences, Marla Lewis.
Influences, well, I love Ella Fitzgerald and folk and Phoebe Snow and Michael Franks. And let me see, who else do I like? I just love the Beatles. I like the Rolling Stones. I like classical music. I like jazz. I like David Sanborn, God rest his soul, love him. Beautiful sax player. And Bob James. Just so many people I could go on and on. Anyway, lots and lots of music I love to listen to. I even went to the opera when I was 6 with my mother. Fell asleep during half of it, but I really loved it. Anyway. So
that's awesome.
All of it's in me.
That's awesome. It is a fantastic guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So, Marla, what's been some of the feedback you've gotten on their music so far?
I've gotten a lot of playlist ads for everything from cooking music to sleeping, relaxing music to Hispanic hits. That I'm talking about my song Te Quiero a Ti, which is my latest release, May 23rd. I released it on the full moon, which I hope helps. It's supposed to help. Every little bit that helps. Let's see. I feel like sometimes I hear something. I love Bob Marley, and I've been trying to do some reggae, but I'm not quite there yet. I think the most amazing thing in my musical life was being introduced to Bob Stander, who is, for the last 20 so years, he's been my producer. He records, he masters, he mixes, he edits, and he's put me in touch with a lot of musicians. And because of him, never underestimate the power, the amazing influence of a really good producer. Because before I met him, I never thought I could record an album or could create a sound that would be appealing. And he believed in me. And he said, there were times when I was very lazy, and I said, let the session musicians play the guitar. And he'd say, oh no, you're playing that. Practice at home and get in here and play it. And the same thing with certain vocal parts. He would, coach me through. And I became better than I thought I would ever be, thanks to him. None of us do it alone, None of us do it alone. It's just a beautiful thing to have, positive influences and musicians, collaborators around you. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Fantastic.
I just want to make a comment about you. You seem to really love what you do. I think it's so fantastic.
Well, that is awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad that you recognize that. I think that's great.
Yeah, you're so what is it? Energized. You're energized.
I try to be.
Yes, and it brings people in. They're like, oh, this is happy man. I got to listen to him.
So Marla, we're going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold here on Skype. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to come back and we're going to keep chatting. Don't go anywhere. We're just going to place you on a brief hold, and we will be right back with Marla Lewis. I gotta warn everybody, because the last two guests that we've had, I've placed them on holds, and here on our big program, we go back to the Skype. We're really hoping that she is still with us. So we are going to go back to Marla Lewis, who was going to join us live here on our big program. So Marla, let's talk a little bit about this latest track that you have out there, and let's talk about it. Promote it here, my friend. Tell me all about it.
Well, it's a really interesting thing because I'm a member of the Grammy organization, and
awesome.
They have, I'm a voting member, and they have sometimes they create events for us guys. And one of them was a peer networking program. You could throw your name in the hat and say, sure, I want to be paired up with somebody, whoever. And I got paired up with an angel. Her name is Melissa Sanley. And I had already written the song, but I had a few Spanish words in the English version, but the Spanish was wrong. She said to me, no, we don't say that. I said, really? That's the title of my song, and Spanish people don't say that. She said, no. She came up with a different title, Te quiero a ti, which means I want you. And I said, well, could you translate the song into Spanish for me? Because I've always wanted to hear it that way. And she's also been my voice teacher. She coached me through all the lines. And I recorded it in Spanish and corrected the English version. And I'm just so thrilled with it, because we had already, she did new backup vocals for me also. So that's Melissa, you're hearing on the background vocals in the song. And it's so interesting about how songs come to be. And that's the story of that one.
Fantastic. We have got Marla Lewis with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So talk to me a little bit about your songwriting process.
Oh, that's always fun. It's never the same way twice, okay? Usually I get the words first, and I can hear what the general rhythm is going to be. But sometimes I collaborate, and God knows what's going to happen then. That's always, to collaborate with somebody, you need to be very open to different possibilities. And, the other person is not your clone, so they're going to come up with different stuff. And usually, if you have the idea, I want this song to be the best it can be, I don't care whose idea actually gets it over the top, then you've got a really great collaboration, because nobody is ego involved. You check your ego at the door. But writing by myself, I come up with an idea, and the music comes after it. And I tweak it like crazy until it's finally done. It takes a lot of, most writing is rewriting.
Yes.
You write the original
Very
thing,
much
right?
so, yes.
And you think it's great. Then you come back the next day, gotta fix that, gotta fix that. And, it's like what Michelangelo said about the David. Not that I compare myself with those people, but he said, I saw the David in this slab of marble, and I just had to, chisel until I found him. It's like that. You keep chiseling.
That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Marla Lewis joins us here in the broadcast. So tell me a little bit about what kind of reaction you've been getting from this song so far.
Well, I think a lot of people have written to me about how beautiful it is and how it makes them feel. And a lot of people that heard the Spanish version first want to hear the English. So I've released it in both English and Spanish. And I love Spanish music. This is kind of a bossa nova, kind of Brazilian. Some of my songs are. And I love the lushness of the chords and the harmony of that music, and I try to emulate it myself. So people have been very, very, very responsive, very positive, and I've gotten out a bunch of playlists. Not me, my song. And but you feel like it's it's part of you, and it's out there. And just a lot of comments. It's really great. I'm feeling very, very glad. When you write something, you don't know how people are going to react, if they're going to like it the way you do.
Yes.
If they're going to, when you write something, you know what you want to say, but are you communicating it? And it seems this song is communicating it. So I'm thrilled.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Marla Lewis is with us. So Marla, play us another tune here if you've got one in you, my friend.
Well, I tend to forget lyrics, so I have lyrics up. This is a brand new song. I haven't recorded it yet. I'll probably goof. I'll try not to. Okay. And it goes like this. Well, I won't tell you anything. I'll just play it. I bought 2 tickets to the moon. Hurry up, we're leaving soon. Got our suits and helmets here. Let's climb on board and disappear. Time for takeoff, hold on tight. Oh wait, it goes. Time for takeoff, 3, 2, 1. Feeling like we wear time. Now in zero gravity, we gaze upon the galaxy. I love you to the moon and back. Love you to the moon. I love you to the moon and back. Lunar module landing gear. 3 days later, made it here. On the South Pole, twilight glows. Ice is melting, water flows. We're leaping over craters now. Shout for joy, can't hear a sound. See that blue-white marble there? It's a miracle beyond compare. I love you to the moon and back. Love you to the moon. I love you to the moon and back. Splash down in the blue. You flash that smile and say that was terrific. It's very new, folks. I love you to the moon and back. Love you to the moon. I love you to the moon and back. I love you to the moon. I love you to the moon and back. That's it.
Fantastic. That is Marla Lewis. She's with us today here on our big broadcast, coast to coast, border to border, on iHeartRadio today. Also, IamFM247.com. Marla, before we let you go, how do people get in touch with you online and through social media and buy your music and everything?
Well, like I said, Marla Lewis. I am on all the DSPs, you know, Apple and Amazon and Spotify and Deezer and all the rest. I'm there. I have a website, marlalewis.com, and you can contact me through my website, and I will get back to you. I'll be happy to hear from you. I'm also on Facebook. I have a private Facebook group called Marla Lewis Smooth Jazz, and it is you can find it on Facebook, and you can ask to join if you're interested. I post there. And I just have one quick question to ask you.
Yes. Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
I'm in awe of you guys. I don't know how many.
I'm in awe of you guys. I don't know about that, but go ahead.
Well, I don't know if many people ask you questions on their interview, but I wanted to ask, are you okay? Because there's so much terrible weather in the heartland, and you're in Kansas, right?
You know what's great is I didn't have power for 2 days last week, and I'm getting over a cold. So yeah, I'm making it work, Marla. But I wouldn't have missed this interview for the world. I'm so glad that we are here with you, Marla. Before we let you go, what is next for you?
More songs, more singing, more recording. Hopefully somebody incredible will record some of my songs.
That's awesome.
That's what I pray for.
That's awesome. Well, Marla, you are amazing. I definitely want to have you back, and thanks for reaching out to us, and thanks for being on our broadcast.
And thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, my friend. There she goes. That's Marla Lewis, and she joins us live here on our big broadcast. And we are going to take